Yo, what's up? Back with these commentaries, back at it again, back at it, and this chair, and back in front of this computer, and back in front of this camera. I went to Costco the other day, and I was doing my shopping, and I brought my camera in. I wanted to record my, experience, kind of what I was gonna buy, and the things I did buy, and, provide it for you guys and whatnot. So then I'm doing this. I actually went there to just get protein because they have a decent price on it. Optimum Nutrition, if you're watching this, throw me a sponsor. I don't know. FYI. But anyways, so then no one said anything. I saw it's supposed to keep moving forever, and it's not moving forever. What's going on? So then I went to go check out and whatnot. And then this lady's like, because it was in my cart, she's like, is it recording? I was like, I knew it was, but I was like, it shouldn't be. She's like, oh, well, what's that red button flashing? And I was like, oh shit, she knows, I'm gonna get in trouble. I've seen other people, record inside and get the cops called on. And I was with my mom, so she didn't even know what the hell was going on, because, she was, taking stuff out of the cart. So then I was like, okay, I'll turn it off after I'm done. And actually, you're gonna see the video clip right now.
'Sorry, are you recording?
No, it's not. It shouldn't be.
How come it's flash?
I don't know. It should have been off. Is that a problem?
Yeah, I haven't recording.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I'll turn it off in a second.
2 hours later.
Currently, I am on the way to the gym. Here we go. Let's see.
60% off retail.
Alright, let's turn this down. Going to the gym. My friend's already on his way. Actually, he was on his way 10 minutes ago, so I'm gonna just take a guess. Oh, almost hit the curb. So I'm gonna just take a guess and say that he is already there. I am going to work out. Hold on, let me fix this. Anyhow, what is up? This is GymSker. I am currently on my way to the gym. My friend is already there. I am running a little bit late. I mean, I'm technically on time, but since he does get out of work a little bit early today, he did get out of work a little bit early today, so I am going to meet him there. We are doing back. We're gonna work out our backs and my biceps. That being said, we are going to do 5 reps to 6 reps, or if all you people, like I've stated before, 4 to 6 reps if you like even numbers. I have an idea on what I'm gonna do, but I'm not 100% sure exactly on what I'm gonna do. That being said, I will see you guys inside.
And now back to the commentary that I'm about to do. Today we did back and biceps. Arm day every day. Just kidding. I'm not about that philosophy. But right off the bat, we did lateral pull downs. Well, that time we did 6 to 8. I didn't notice this, but when you go down, try to keep your elbows flared out, because as you can see in my form, my elbows flare in just a tiny bit. If you flare them out, if you have them outwards and you come down, you're gonna get a much better squeeze. And make sure you go all the way out and then all the way down. Extend and then contract. That way you have more mobility, and not only that, you get more of a stretch. Right off the bat, we just did straight arm pull downs. It's like a superset. Keep this controlled. This really hits my core as well. But have a good stance. A lot of people kind of swing at it, and just keep it controlled. shoulder width, shoulder height, and then come straight down. Shoulder width, shoulder height, and then come straight down. That burns. And after that, there's this machine that works out your back as well. It's like a row. It's not. It's like kind of like similar to this cable row, but at the same time, it's a little wider. And you're supposed to put your chest towards that pad, that red pad. But I actually decided to bring my body out a little bit and then just do the same exercise. And I just felt like there was more of a squeeze. And as you can tell there, I mean, I don't have that much definition yet, but I felt it. I definitely feel more of a squeeze and more of a muscle activation when I did that. So I definitely would recommend you guys trying that out. Just because there's a machine doesn't mean that you have to do it exactly the way that machine tells you to do. Again, another superset. And then we did bent over rows with the dumbbells. But then for these, you have to make sure you keep your elbows tucked in so you can contract your shoulder blades and then just squeeze them in the back. I'm getting like a little runny nose. It's like leaking a little bit up there. But as you can tell there, you get muscle activation in your shoulders and then your back as well. But just make sure you focus on your form. Just keep a flat, neutral back. And then go on to biceps. I like switching it off to doing regular sets and burnouts from workout to workout. Here we did burnouts. And let me tell you, they fucking burn. We did 10, so he takes it off right there. So we did 3 sets of the first. Whatever you want to put is what your comfort level is, but if that makes sense. So put the weight that you feel most comfortable with and then do 3 and then take a weight off and then do 5, take a weight off, 7, take a weight off, and 10. If you want to progress, you can do either add a little bit more weight or then start off with 5 reps, 7 reps, 10 reps, 15. Or if you want to do more weight, you could do 3 reps, 5 reps, 7 reps, and 10 reps. We go all the way to the bar. That is probably the key for this exercise. It's really funny because the less weight that you have in this machine, in this exercise, in this movement, the harder it gets because your muscle is just gets tired. There's no weight added onto it, but it just feels like you're pulling so much weight, and it feels like you have more weight than what you started with, and that is what I think is the best part of this exercise because they're called burnouts for a reason. You can do this for anything. You can do this for your back. You can do this for your legs. When you're squatting, when you're benching, when you're doing lat pull downs, when you're doing bicep curls. And it feels really good. It burns like a bitch. And like whenever you're done, we do 2 to 3 sets of this exact exercise. It just depends on what else we did before that or what else we're going to do after that. But for the most part, we do 2 sets. As you can tell there, my friend did it as well. Like I said last video, make sure you have someone to help you while you work out. Not only is it going to be better and not as boring, like I stated, but it's going to be beneficial for you because there's this one person who's telling you to push harder and giving you motivation to do that extra rep or to do that extra set because they're there to help you. And if a person is there by themselves, they're not going to be able to do this exercise just because by the time you set it down, take the weights off, and then start doing it again, you give your muscle a rest, which is not a bad thing, but the whole point of this whole exercise and this whole burnout movement is to have your muscles just burn out and like give out. And there's times where I don't finish my set. Like I'll be at the bar and I have 3, 4 more to go and I'm like struggling to get this bar up. Like I think it's like a 25 or 15 pound bar. I don't recall. Sometimes every gym is different. I believe this one is 25 pounds, but that's not the point. The point is that such lightweight when I can do a lot more when I didn't do reps before that it just baffles my mind because 15 pounds and I can barely get that up, barely finish 10 reps. That's just crazy, and this is why I like this exercise. And then while he finishes up there, for him, this is easy for him. I don't understand why. Like I said before, it doesn't matter about the weight, and some people are going to be stronger in body parts and some body parts than others, And for me, it's not that it's my weak point, but he does it a lot smoother and a lot better. So then we ended up doing seated cable rows. I think I was like 6 to 8 or 4 to 6. I don't really recall, but it was like 6 average. Make sure you just keep everything, you keep your core tight. Slight bend on the knees, because then you can get, if you like lock them out, it's a lot of pressure on your joints. And then just come slow, keep your chest out, and then just make sure you squeeze. This is another exercise that we did. It's like kind of like chin-ups. So it's the same bar, lateral pull down. You just grab it in the inside, and then you just come straight down. And make sure you squeeze. As you can tell, done nice and slow. You can see all the muscle activation that is happening there. And again, all the way up, and then come all the way down. Reason being is because you get more muscle movement, like I stated before. And that means that there's going to be more muscle activation, and you're going to get more growth in the long run. I tried doing a pull-up right after I was done with that. I was like, I got this. I'm going to kill it. I went up and never went up. I never went up. It was too hard. And after that, I also like doing exercises where it's just one movement, not both. Because when you do like when like you curl with one hand, or versus when you curl with the Z bar or the flat bar, it's gonna be a lot more. It's gonna be easier just because you're using both hands. And as you can tell here, I'm using one hand, and it's just like a twist. But then you go down slow and then all the way up. And then you bring it down and then all the way up. This also activates a little bit on your shoulder. And as you can tell, I'm explaining to him, we did a superset of just regular curl with a cable curl. I do like doing supersets at times because you do get more tired and there is more muscle activation. There is more, I guess, calories being burned because there is more activity in your body. You just have to be careful, because if you do too much, you can get injured. But like I said here, we did a cable. Try to keep your elbow in one spot. Do not flare it up. A lot of people, when they do this, they flare it up. Mine does kind of move forward a little bit, but try your best to keep it stable and not flaring it up. Once you do here and then flare it up, there's no muscle, there's no bicep activation anymore. You're using your shoulder as well to do the movement. But when you do it and you keep, just like I've done there, you keep your elbow in one spot, your bicep is always being active. You don't even have to go all the way up. Try to go as high as you can before your elbow flares out, and that is good enough. But that being said, ending up with the cable curls, just remember, make your muscles cry, and I'll see you in the next one.